Well, don't.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for your patience. I will go ahead and call this special meeting of the Capital Area Transportation Authority Board of Directors. Well, let's hope that doesn't persist. To order at 5:05 p.m. and ask our secretary to please call the roll.
Here. Payne, Chelsea Dollar. Shannon Draheim. Here. Mark Redner.
Here.
Derek Milo.
Present.
John Crush.
Here.
Ed Rogers.
Here.
Jack Schmidt.
Here.
Eric Sands.
Here.
Nathan Triplett.
Here.
And Stephen Zagnosi.
Here.
All right, very good. That brings us to our first public comment opportunity this evening on agenda items. This is the time we set aside during each of our meetings to hear from members of the public on items that the board will be considering this evening. We ask that you please limit your comments to 3 minutes. We'll have a timer to assist you, and that you could or to assist our secretary. I would normally call folks in the order in which I'd received cards already, but I don't have any cards this evening so far. So let me just ask the room. Is there anyone who wishes to offer public comment at this first opportunity on agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move forward then to our proposed consent agenda, which is sort of duplicative this evening because it includes only one item, and that is the 13th Amendment to agreement between Ingham County and CATA for rural and Spectran services. Is there a motion to approve the proposed consent agenda? Is there a second? And since it's only a single item, and it's kind of silly to do it as a consent agenda, let me just ask, any discussion on this item? If not, then all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. That motion carries. The agreement is approved. That brings us to our general discussion agenda this evening. There are no noticed discussion items this evening, which brings us to the meat of tonight's special agenda. So just a quick logistical note here for folks who are in the room. We're going to be doing things slightly differently than we have done in the past here. We are considering a labor agreement this evening, and so we are going to first ask for a motion to move into closed session to discuss that agreement. It is normally our practice with these closed sessions then to tell everyone, don't worry, there's no more business later on this afternoon. That won't be true tonight. We will come back from our closed session into open session to then consider that labor union agreement. So once we approve the motion to move into closed session, we'll ask all of our guests in the room to please excuse themselves to the hallway for our closed session, and then we'll invite you back in once the closed session has concluded. With that logistical explanation, is there a motion to have the board move into closed session for a strategy session in connection with the negotiation of a collective bargaining agreement?
I'll move. I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. This motion requires a roll call vote, so let me ask Tina to please call the roll.
Yes. Bill DeShane. Chelsea Dollar. Nancy Draheim. Yeah. Mark Redner.
Yes.
Derek Milo.
Yes.
John Crush.
Yes.
Ed Rogers.
Yes.
Jack Schmidt.
Yes.
Eric Sands.
Yes.
Nathan Triplett.
Yes.
Stephen Zagnosi.
Yes.
All right, that motion is approved. So we're going to take a brief logistical pause here to ask anyone who's present in the room to please exit to the hallway. And then once we've gotten that taken care of, we'll move into our closed session. Good.
We're good, sir.
All right. We will reconvene our open session at 5:30 p.m. And move to our action item, which is the approval of the union labor agreement. And Brad, I believe you have some initial comments on this you'd like to make?
Quickly, Mr. Chairman, and welcome back, folks. We just went through some of the details of the negotiation, and we gave Andrew and team, Mr. President, your team, a lot of kudos on this. So publicly, let me say, congratulations. I know that from the beginning, your desire was to, as Mike Beach said to me the other day, make this a better place than when you got here and leave it in good hands. And I believe your legacy is now in stone here. I think we're in a great spot. I think we're in a better spot than when you and I started. We were looking at the last time the contract was negotiated on time. I think all around people are looking at this and saying this was a fair deal for everybody and people are in good spirits. So my sincere gratitude and congratulations to you. And I think the journey was well worth walking with you to get to this point. So both you and Andrew and teams that were on this, congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. Before I ask for any board discussion, let's get a motion to approve the 3-year labor agreement on the floor. It's been a motion by Jack and we'll call second by many people, but we'll say Shanna. Thank you all. Discussion from the board. All right. Well, let me just make a very quick comment then before I call for the vote, which I think the lack of conversation is actually evidence of the quality of the discussion that happened at the table around this agreement. And I want on behalf of the board to extend my thanks to Andrew and his team and Steve and his team for all the hard work that went into this and the collaborative approach that was part of this whole conversation. And just note, walking over to the meeting tonight, what I was thinking about was how this year there's been a lot of uncertainty, budgetary uncertainty, other challenges that we've been facing, and having this conversation at the same time around those things could not have been easy. But I think the product speaks for itself with the sort of, we've used the phrase several times, one CATA approach that everybody took. So I know folks were staking out their respective positions and arguing for what they'd like to see there. And I appreciate in the end that through those conversations, we came up with a really excellent agreement that I think will serve this authority and its operators and this community well for the next 3 years. So that's a long way to say thank you all for your very hard work on this. I'll ask one more time. Any discussion from the board? If not, then I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. And any opposed, say nay. That motion carries unanimously. Thank you all and congratulations. I think it's worth it. That brings us to our second and final public comment opportunity, which is the time we set aside during each of our meetings to take public comment on any item related to CATA or its operations. Same rules apply. Please consider filling out a blue card to assist our secretary and limit your comments to 3 minutes, and we can have a timer to assist you with that. Again, I have no cards submitted in advance, so let me just ask the room, is there anyone who wishes to offer public comment at this second and final opportunity this evening? Seeing none, then before we adjourn the meeting, let me just say this will be our last meeting of 2025. So for everyone, thank you for a great year. Have a very safe holiday. Hope you all get a little chance to relax and recuperate as we head into 2026. And thank you once again for all of your work. Steve, Andrew, everyone, great job. And there being no further business to come before the CATA Board of Directors this afternoon, we are adjourned at 5:35 p.m. Thank you all.